Hey guys, so know the lighting's rough, kind of going a little bit OG. Anybody's been watching some of the older videos and shit. Um, we just got the candle going on and everything. Uh, but whatever, it's mostly just me talking anyways. I just kind of want to have a little bit different scenery. Plus, we've been having a lot of bad weather here recently. Um, it's been like raining. I probably started probably 3 or 4 days ago. It's supposed to rain for like a whole nother week and shit. It's pretty crazy. But anyway, so I'm just sitting down here in the old country store. Got my rain jacket on and shit. Hopefully this candle will kind of pick up and stuff here a little bit. It's because of all this and everything though, like this weather. The air is so fucking heavy and like humid and everything. But anyways though, so yeah, and if anybody has seen some of the other videos, like we plan on completely redoing this place, this old, like say, it was an old country store, this slash post office. Um, the store part stopped in like the 70s, but it was in the late 80s whenever the post office part stopped. This candle goes completely out, guys. Holy fuck. There we go. Okay, okay. Ah, hell yeah, now we're getting the good lighting. Good lighting. But anywho, so like with that and everything, plan on turning this into a like a black metal record shop and like a witchcraft shop and stuff, and like a D&D like kind of tavern style hangout, because it's a double decker. Like there's a house part upstairs, which is where a lot of the storefront stuff's going to be, but then like down here is where we want to have like the make it all kind of tavern-esque, you know. But seen some lightning. A lot of just passing storms. It's been pretty crazy. Like it's been super dry fucking spring, and then it's like all the rains happened all of a sudden. So it's like creeks are flowing that like only ever flow just when it rains like a motherfucker. That's whenever you know it's bad. Like I went down to the river yesterday, I believe it was. Yeah, yesterday, and it was just like it was just flowing like the big leaf wads and everything down through there. You know, it's crazy. But anyways, so yeah, just a few things kind of want to talk about, I guess, today. Other than crazy ass weather, just kind of want to update you guys. This is Saturday night, so like I say, it'll come out on Sunday. But pretty up to date, anyways. But we'll let you guys in on kind of, excuse me, what's transpired, and then also just kind of going back talking about some NPC like simulation shit that's crazy. So yeah, just the update on everything. Yeah, crazy ass weather. I try to go and work. Like today, I was able to go and well, let me back up. So what we've been doing is the rent trailer that I've been working on for motherfucking forever. Got the water and electric turned on. That's all good. However, though, got to run new 220 wire from the stove to the breaker box. Complete opposite ends of the trailer, 60-foot trailer. So you can probably take off 10 feet, so basically 50 foot. However, though, whenever they moved the motherfucker, they cut the wire so it wouldn't be hanging and shit, because they ran it actually underneath the trailer. So got to go and splice that. I'm going to get help from the electrician guy and stuff. I spliced the 110 with my wife. She did a lot of it, actually, whenever we were rerouting some of the plug and stuff. But fucking with this stuff, because kind of part, man, I'm going to have to run underneath the trailer. I just want to make sure it's good, which we did put it in a junction box. But I'm going to have the electrician help me with this ordeal and stuff, just to be sure. Because 220 wire, it's got the 3 wires in it. It's like the black. So there's that. We got to get fixed. Everything else seems to be good, though. However, though, got to get the plumber over there. Some of the sinks work, some of them don't. So I mean, whether it's like kitchen sink, bathroom sink, the water hookups for the washer, accent guys, and the tub. Okay, so this is what's so fucking weird. Also, there's the outside spigot, but just deleted that. So the sink in the front, or excuse me, the like for the kitchen, it works. However, though, I told the guy before, I don't know what the fuck if he didn't know what I was talking about, because I knew it was going to happen, but I tried it anyways. So basically, they tapped into the water line to run the uh, dishwasher with. So I just took the dishwasher out because I ain't trying to fix that and let people, because those things always tear up and leak, right? So I just took that motherfucker out. However, though, I wanted that splice basically just cut, put a shark bite on it. It's just a 1/2 inch line. I could do it myself, but I was like, well, while I had the plumber over there doing this other shit, I was having to do it. Well, he didn't fucking do it. He replaced the P-trap, so I don't fucking know. So I got to get him back over there to do it. However, though, it does work. That sink's good. Okay? The washer hookups, they both work. Hot and cold, it's good. Only the cold works on the fucking, also toilet works good. Only the cold water works on the shower. The hot doesn't. It's got the 2 different knobs. It ain't like the one thing. And neither the bathroom sinks work. And yeah, I fucked with the shut-offs underneath and stuff like that. So I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. So there's that. Also, little did I know, as far as the sewer, because it's in town, so you can't run it up like over a hill and stuff, because we got a septic tank like for our house. That's where like the shit and piss and everything goes to. But as far as like all the rest stuff, the sinks, laundry, they just run over the hill into the field, right? Which where I got the trailer at was at also out in the country. So what they done was they put in a new bathtub, then they just put in a new drain, and then they just ran that presumably out into the field. So it's not tied into the rest of everything else. So whenever you run the tub, like water down the tub, it's just going straight underneath the motherfucking trailer. So I got to have that tied into the sewer because it's in town. And plumber's going to get over there and do that. Also, the guy texted me again today about putting in that mini split. Still ain't fucking done that. So, which I've got, I'm going to help all these guys do all this shit. Like I'm going to go there and I'll probably be the one underneath the trailer dragging the wire and shit like that, which is fine. Saves me money because they're all old motherfuckers and shit, about retired anyways, you know what I'm saying? I just got to have some certifications and help hooking shit up, right? So anyways, he texted me today, excuse me, the mini split guy, so he's going to get to it as soon as the weather's good. It's like, okay, understandable. So in the meantime, so it's looking like goddamn July before we get a motherfucker in there. That's all left we got to do other than just like say touch him some paint clean, motherfucker. So that's good. But that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I just need some hot water over there so we can clean. You know, that's kind of the main thing. And then after that, even if you got to wait, you know, a little bit on other motherfuckers to come in and stuff, we can start taking applications because we want to have close to a month of applications. That way we make for sure we can kind of, you know, sift through some people, make sure we get somebody good. Then, but here in the meantime, I've been going and dismantling this other trailer that we bought that we're not going to use for a rental. May use it for an Airbnb, or may just set it up as for somebody to stay in or part it out, whatever the case may be. Which we're going to completely redo it if we do any of those like things for people to stay in. So we have been using some parts and stuff off of it anyways now, but. So I've been going, before it started raining real bad and everything, I started taking the roof off. Like I say, one nail at a time. And because it's all hammered in, it's like is nails, not screws and stuff. So I got all that off, and then I've been kind of going back and forth doing some hauls and shit. Like I say, I've been taking it side by side with the trailer and doing it like that because it's just about 3 miles from the house. But so I've been doing that. Also, as soon as I get the roof off, so when it starts pouring the motherfucking rain, I patched where the stovepipe was and stuff, and yeah, it's better than having a big gaping ass hole there, but it's like not that good, obviously. So, um, point is though is just kind of I shaved, so like I said, my neck's itchy, but so anyways, just kind of been working on that, which whatever. I mean, it's no biggie. It's just kind of hard catching a break in the rain. Also, we've had some chicks and everything as well. One of the hens came out walking one day, had 16. I think I mentioned this in the last video, maybe 16 little chicks. So what's happened is there was one night I almost took my contacts out, and I went out to smoke, and it was late at night. The last one before bed. So a lot of times I'll take my contacts out, go smoke, and then just go straight to bed. So I've been, which I'll get to this in a minute, but I've been smoking outside and stuff. It's good weather and everything now. But anyways, I'm glad I didn't take my contacts out because I heard some rustling up there, and I was like, oh fuck. So then I ran up there real quick. There's a possum, right? Because the hen was staying up underneath the coop with all the chicks and everything. And because we let the chickens free roam throughout the day and I lock them up at night. Well, most of them go up. There's a few of them like that stay in a tree and around. Got one that's been staying up underneath the toolbox in my truck and shit. It's where she's been laying fucking eggs. But anyways though, so which in that ordeal, then all the chicks ran out. It's crazy. Of course, Mama Hem's kind of freaked out and everything. So I ran up there, and then the possum see me, and then he's like freaked out. He got a few of the chicks. So then, of course, possums, a lot of times they'll kind of stay. They'll kind of clam up, just right there close to me because I had the side-by-side out. I always keep a gun in it. It's just that little, I think I may have showed it off before. It's like little 22 Heritage Arms, Rough Rider, whatever. It's like a $100 22 single-action pistol, right? Everybody shits on these guns, but like, it's probably what I use the most just because it's, you can just kill varmints or whatever shit with them. However, though, possum's hard to kill. If any of you guys have ever tried to do that, which I don't like killing them. I actually have a big possum tattoo. They're probably my favorite animal aside from cats. But they're fucking with my chickens, or I catch them in the chicken coop, which happens from time to time. Most of the time, they're just fucking with eggs. They will fuck with chicks, though. Not full-ass chickens, really. From what I've experienced anyways. But anyways though, so I will kill them. And obviously fucking with the chicks made me upset because like I say, my daughter loves seeing them and everything. I love seeing them. I mean, it's just seeing a mama hen walk around a bunch of chicks amazing. So anyways, so I ran and got it. Well, I've actually had to kill some shit with it before, and I just haven't ever loaded it back. It's 6 shots. I had 2 bullets in there basically, right? And first one, I think I missed because, again, guys, I was in my fucking pajamas and fucking, they're house shoes technically, but they look like moccasins kind of. I mean, I was not dressed for any action at all, right? See a little moth flying around. But anyways, though, so I ran and got that. I think I missed it with the first shot. And I'm also down here holding my phone like this, and I've got about this much of a gap underneath the chicken coop, and I just got it up there. But then the second one, I got down there and aimed real good, and I did get him broadsided. But anyways, like I say, they're hard to kill. Usually, one of the best places I've seen to shoot them, obviously, is like the head, but a lot of times they're hissing, they got their mouth open. If you can shoot them like that, then it they start flopping around a lot because they're choking on their blood and everything. So they'll sit there and flop like a motherfucker for like a minute, and then they're dead. But and usually they're looking at you with their mouth open, so it's a pretty good place to get them at. Of course, this gun's got a pretty good sized barrel on it and stuff, so you kind of get a little bit closer to it. But possums, they will snap if you get real close. But anyways, though, so I got him with the second one, but it's just broadside because it's all the way back. It's backed all the way up, and again, it's 8 foot away because as I've mentioned in other videos, I built a 8 by 8 by 8 is way too fucking big for a chicken coop, but whatever. My donkey actually got up in it one time, and didn't fall through. So it's heavy motherfucking duty. Point is, um, but yeah. So then I went and got the pitchfork, which again I ain't got a lot of space, and pitchforks kind of angle up like that. So what I was able to do was push him up against there. Then I got my frog gig, and it took a while, but you know you can kind of get him in the eye. I mean, not to get too graphic. I'm not trying to. I mean, I was mad at him and everything like that, and it's probably gonna sound real bad, but it's like, again, you fucking with the chicks and mama hen, right? So, but anyways, got that and frog gig, kind of get them in the eye, twisted around. You know what I'm saying? Kind of fuck them up whenever they got their mouth open and stuff. They'll clamp down on it, and you can ram it in there and shit. But my gigging pole is probably only about 6 foot, so I'm still having to reach back in there and also hold the phone line, and it took a minute. But anyways, I eventually got him about half dead, and then I had him pinned up, and then I kind of locked it in place by wedging it with the pitchfork. Then I had to go and gather up all the chicks that had dispersed. Of course, I was having to just hear for peeps, and then I was able to find them. The whole time I was doing it, though, there's like this little black one. He's so cute. It's getting up underneath my arm and stuff because I was like sweating. It's hot as fuck this time of year, you know. And it's not so bad right now because it's been raining like a motherfucker, but it was then. And was like nuggling down, like he was getting like my warmth and stuff, you know. But I eventually got them all kind of gathered up, which took fucking forever because I had to find them. And I want to say we had 12 left out of the 16 during that ordeal. And then I got Mama Hen satiated. I was able to kind of scoop her up and take her and get her back on the chicks and everything. But of course, I got them close to the house now. Well, for that night, anyways. There's a couple of chicks that didn't make it. Maybe they got, you know, hurt a little bit and stuff. I could tell they was kind of walking slow, and I basically had to set it itself up underneath her. I couldn't just like stick it down in front of her and just run up, you know. So, because there was I want to say there was 6 red, 6 black, and 4 white ones, and like I say, just wasn't doing too good. And then kind of the following days, also what had happened was the rain had started. And whenever that had happened, she got caught out in the rain with the chicks. It's like, holy fuck. So now they're all drenched and they're freezing, the chicks, you know, because they can't regulate the body heat and stuff like that. They have to be underneath heat lamp, mama hen. Well, of course, she was wet as fuck, too. She was starting to keep them up in some tall grass and shit we got. So then my wife went and gathered them all up, and then I went and got the heating lamp, and then we was able to get them in a tub and do this. Well, lost a few more like that, and then we got them in a thing. And then it's just kind of kept losing and losing and losing. Now we're down to about 6 of them, basically, right? I mean, just some of these other things. Some of them wasn't feeling good. Some of them got wet and died. Just something, you know, something kind of random. I mean, they were really fragile, you know. But, so it's been an ordeal. Now, though, we got Mama Hen and the remaining chicks. We got them in a tub, like one of them black Walmart 30-gallon tubs, I believe they are, that you get, like storage tubs, inside of a dog kennel, inside of the coop, with hay in it, chick feed, and water. So that way they're fucking there, have everything they need. Like, surely the fuck they're gonna survive, you know what I'm saying? Because here's kind of the reason we can't just do the heat and lamp thing right now. We've got 2 outside plug-ins. One of them's a 220. See the moth flying around? That's wild. But I guess that's a fucking moth. It looked huge as fuck. I was looking at the phone here, but it's actually like a little small bug. But yeah, anyways, maybe a fairy. I've had my suspicions, but anyways, which it was for a generator, but I converted it to a one holding a welder, and that's on the back of the house. Okay, Now, in the front of the house, we've got one plug-in, like just a regular outlet. That's right underneath our motherfucking window that we sleep in, and our daughter is getting to where she wants to get up at 8 o'clock in the fucking morning. And I've never, my entire life, other than whenever I was forced to for school or work, been getting up. And then even then, I slept most of my classes in school and at work. I was just fucking killed. But I getting up early person. I like sleeping to fucking 10 to 12, right? But I mean, it's like 2 a.m. whenever I'm making this, guys, in most of these videos. But anyways, so can't be having little chicks peeping all fucking night and shit like that right outside the window, waking up our daughter. So that's why we decided just do the mama hen method, do it like that, because we don't have any electric in any of these other buildings and stuff now. We hope to in this one eventually, of course, but which we will eventually, I should say. But I don't know if you can hear it now. There's some rain coming back. It's just coming in waves. Like I say, I went over there today and got that got one gutter down, started pouring the rain on my ass, and I had to just get back in. It's like can't hardly, you know, for that trailer I was tearing down, because it had like a whole roof and porch built over and stuff, and got all the tin off, stuff like I say. But I've got to get the gutters down, then I got to get the lathing down. Then after that, I should be able to. I'll have to cut the trusses, but off my hand. But yeah, so landed on my hand there. But anyways, so there's that. All the chicks have been doing good since then. Another big ordeal. It's actually got sick. This kind of killed our last few dry days, which suck. I got sick for the first time in a couple of years. Actually, probably about 2.5 years. Whenever I get sick, I suck at it. I just get fucked. But anyways. So there's different moths. There's like these big fat ass ones here that's like clearly like a bug thing. But then there's like those ones, I don't know the fucking difference on, but they literally look like fairies flying around. This one's kind of like the fat ass bug ones. But no hate, little homie, but yeah, so there's that. I guess that's basically been it for this week. I mean, done some other little things, but it's nothing exciting or important. But I guess kind of the cool main thing I wanted to talk about, how they literally fly through the fucking flame is crazy, but get off of me. Damn. But let me tell my story, guys. But anyways, so kind of thing I want to talk about too is it's just kind of dumb. But my wife mentioned today actually that this isn't trying to sound cool or anything, but it's just weird simulation fucking shit, right? Something starts being a thing, and then it happens like everywhere and stuff, right? But my wife was talking about how, you know, I was the first person to ever talk about Superman ice cream. It's my favorite. If you never tried it, try it if you can. Don't get the shit from Walmart. It sucks. It's not like legit though. It's hard to find like a legit Superman. But anyways, I was the first one to talk about it. She never heard of it. None of her family's ever had it. And most people I ever talked to never fucking had it or anything, right? There's 2 places I know that you could go to get it, but they're like a couple hours away. Like one of them's in Tennessee and the other one's 2 or 3 counties away, right, whenever I was on the come up. And every now and again, you know, be out like vacation type shit or whatever, you find it, whatever. But it just wasn't readily available or anything, right? And then eventually they got the Walmart one in, which isn't true. Kroger had one, I tried, it wasn't legit either. But then it started popping up here and there. And it's what she's mentioning, right? Was that now you can get it at flea market. There's a gas station we know that's got it. There's a shop in town that's got it now. There's one in the town up that's got it now. Actually, two. I mean, I couldn't even find a Baskin Robbins shit before that went out, you know. But it's just popping up, and now hearing people talk about it, like even today, she said she's seen online where somebody was talking about their two favorite ice creams, Superman and then mint chocolate. My wife's mint chocolate, right? And she mentions more of a common flavor. It's like kind of a staple, but most people ain't talking about it or fucking with it a whole lot, right? Well, whatever. The point is though, is like Superman ice cream started coming in here. And then not only that, for people to talk about it as if it's their favorite, the best, whatever, right? Then even today, this seems fucking funnier. As soon as my wife's talking about, yeah, you know, it's like simulation ships. Like I was the only one talking about it, whatever that she knew. You know, now it's coming in all these. You can get it; it's readily available. And then also, my dad called me today and was like, hey, did you know we ate at this new place today? It's like this Mexican restaurant place, like in another town and shit. And he's like, yeah, they've changed some stuff in there. And they got Superman ice cream now. So it's fucking crazy. It's like, you just hear this shit, you know, and it kind of reminds me of a thing too. There a little while back, I started watching a lot of like sport bike videos and stuff like that. It's like wanting to get one and stuff. I still want to get one at some point, but it's like, obviously, I've got all these other things I'm having to work on and take care of and stuff right now and stuff before I can do that. It's like 2 out of 4 whips have been down for a fucking half year, you know what I'm saying? So I got, and I'm trying to get this business. I got way more priorities than getting a fucking sport bike. But I started seeing all kinds of them, bro. It's like you would never see these. Like nobody has motorcycles around here, and if they do, it's some fucking like Japanese cruiser cheapo, right? Like it's not anything like fucking cool necessarily, right? Which I love Honda Rebels too. The 250s, I'd love to have one of them too. Whatever, cheap as fuck on gas, shit, you know. But I bet you guys, if he was like, hey, I really like, say, Honda Groms or something like that or whatever, right? Like, just really focus and watch videos and, like, think about them and stuff. Like, damn, I really want to get one and everything. If you go out to town and start looking around and shit like that, like, not even really looking for them, they just kind of, like, spawn around you. It's like, you're going to see one. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I've ever seen one in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm getting at, though. Is, like, if you really think about something, think about these things, fuck with stuff, something you fuck with, you like. And, you know, and I brought the example to my wife and stuff too, is like, you know, I've been listening to black metal and stuff like that for like 15 years or more now. And it's like, I really like it. But back in the day, if you was listening to that shit, especially, I mean, there's nobody around here that likes it or whatever, right? But I've had a few black metal conversations in the past year or two. It's like crazy. I mean, just like kind of short, sweet ones and stuff like that. But it's like, not necessarily for people that look like they listen to it or anything. But it's like, for them to even know what the fuck it is. And even on like the internet and shit now, you see like people that aren't like complete fucking basement dwellers and shit liking it and listening to it, which is crazy because that's how it was then, you know. But it's just weird too. And also like, I used to collect retro games and stuff too, which I do really like and stuff. But I basically got most of what I want to get, other than like some of the Japanese shit, which I think I talked about on another video, whatever. But the prices are fucking ridiculous. Like, I mean, I could never. It's like I bought Skies of Arcadia on the Dreamcast and shit. I got thinking about that game the other day for $40, like 8 years ago, maybe something like that. I looked it up the other day. They're like $150. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I got it then. The point is, though, is like, who the fuck is buying this shit? Who the fuck cares enough about this stuff? Who the fuck likes Superman ice cream around here? Who has sport bikes around here? You know what I'm saying? I've seen like one of them BMW 1000s. Like, bro, that's some crazy shit. Like, I expect like a Ninja 250 or 300, whatever. So, you know, something like that around. But this is crazy to me, you know what I'm saying, that you hear and see this shit. But it's simulation, guys. They're going to throw shit at you. That's what I'm saying, too. It's like, I've got to have like some type of new like shake up or something in life happen that I'm manifesting and working upon, that I'm going to keep, you know, kind of private. But because of that, though, I feel like a lot of these things, the archons, whatever you want to chalk it up to be, it's like the universe is just going to throw all this shit at you. It's like, this trailer, bro, it should have been fucking done. This is my, you know what I'm saying? It's like every little thing that could fucking happen kind of happens, you know? It's like, finally got the water hooked up, finally got sewer hooked up, finally got the electric hooked up, turn it all on and stuff, then you have fucking problems that you don't even think about, because they all worked in the trailer pre-move, you know what I'm saying? Now what the fuck's the big ordeal, you know? It's just crazy. But last thing I want to say, and I'll show this is probably dirty. You know, I talked before in some of these older videos about boots. Did get some new ones. Keens. Hopefully it's not too bad dirty on the bottom. A little bit. I had these things like, because when I was crawling up underneath, I tried, no shit, mud caked up to here. They're kind of hiking booty. I guess. Never had hiking boots. What it kind of looks like puts me in the mind of it anyways. They're a short boot though, so I don't necessarily like that. I like the ones that have like the 8-inch shaft on them and stuff. Haha, I know, but I like them where they come up on you pretty good. I mean, these here are pretty comfortable and all. They're not exactly my size. They're not a wide. They could be a wide. They were free, right? My dad used to work at a very similar place to where I used to work at construction, so you get free boots every year. And Dad just always wore the same fucking boots. I think I remember it my entire life. He had 2 pairs of the same kind. He'd get the Georgia mock toe boots, but he wouldn't ever wear steel toes and shit, right? But he'd still go get the boots, and a lot of times he'd just sell them, or he's gave me 2 or 3 pairs that I've wore, you know what I'm saying? But, of course, them Georgia mock toes, he'd buy them himself. He wouldn't, of course, they didn't offer them. They usually only have a few things that you can wear. I got a pair of muck boots off of them one time, the steel toe, like the black ones and stuff. They suck. I don't know why people fucking like them and stuff. I mean, I see why they do, but at the same point, though, they should tear all the shit. Like, I burned them a little while back. I had a pair of Justins. They're pretty good, but I wore them the fuck out. Then whenever I was working, oh, and he also gave me a pair of Red Wing, like slip-on. There's like them, just imagine neckbeard fat boy driving the Ford Ranger, kind of shit that they would wear. I wore them for a little bit, but then, like I said, I just didn't fuck with them a lot, but then he ended up selling them. Kind of lightly used, you know. And of course, me and my dad were basically the same size. And then, then whenever I was working there, I got another pair of Justins. They were a little bit different. I actually really liked them boots and stuff, but I just wore them completely the fuck out. Like, I remember I was even stepping on like some shit whenever we was fucking using a cutting torch, like burning parts, the bottoms of them and shit. You know what I'm saying? I just wore them the fuck out. And anyways, they were lace ups, which that's what I like. I like an 8-inch lace up steel toe boot. And wore them, like I say, just wore them out so that I burnt them too. Then I got a pair of Ariat, like slip-on square toes and stuff. You may have seen me wear them in some of the videos and stuff. They're basically worn out. The only reason I'm kind of hanging on to them is just in case for now. But the sole was starting to come up off of them, so you could walk around and your foot get wet and shit, you know. These are supposed to be kind of waterproof. They kind of are, but you can't get any water on top of them, you know, whatever. Much, but anyways, though, so the point is, though, his dad had these stashed for like 10 fucking years. Because I don't know if I've mentioned this before. My parents are old. Like, my dad's like 70, right? So he retired 2017 or 18 or something. I think it's 2017. So anyways, he would have got these probably his last year working there. Or actually, no, he probably would have got him in 2016 because he retired before the boot truck would have came around. So, anyways, he just found these just around the house and shit. So he just gave them to me. So I was like, hell yeah, I needed new pair of boots because I've been going to Walmart. I was going to look at them $35 steel because I gotta have a steel toe for like the shit that I'm doing and stuff. Because there's been so many times I've just been like, damn, I'm so glad I got a steel toe, you know, or safety toe or comp toe, whatever, just something, right? And also I do prefer to have something that has a thick enough, like, I guess, bottom tread on, sole, whatever the fuck you want to call it, where you can step on a nail and be fine. I still have a nail that I don't know how the fuck old it is in the bottom of the Marriotts and stuff. I just never took the time to pull out, but I mean, I think it's just one of them like short ones, obviously, but still yet though, like, I like boots you're able to not have to worry about with. I don't know how the Walmart ones would have worked out anyways, but they never did have wide, so I just didn't settle. So I didn't want to pay that money for something I didn't really give a fuck about. Because I'm wanting to get, I've heard mixed reviews on them and stuff, but I've wanted to get like some of them Carolina loggers because I want something with some good tread, which these have decent on them. Not like a very flat bottom one, which that's like what the Marriotts are. Because whenever I walk it up in the woods and shit, it just kills my, where it's flat, it's slick, and then also where they're like slip-ons, they make the shaft real hard on it and you just can't really bend. These here are probably pretty good for walking in the woods with. I just haven't had the opportunity yet to do it with, but and these broke in pretty quick. They're Keens. I don't know if you've seen that, but they're probably pretty good if you want something a little bit more comfortable, but then you can still have some of the safety stuff. But I forgot what these are called. I think it's like Detroit something is the model. But because they do have the bigger treads on them and stuff like that, you step in mud, you're fucking taking a piece of the earth with you. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that's good about them, like kind of flat bottomy ones, like the. Well, I mean, they're good for like standing on concrete, like shops and stuff like that. But if you do have to get in the mud in, you ain't gonna be tracking that shit around. These things here, fuck you. Don't want to track it in the house or have to hose off your boots. You just want to fucking make for damn sure that you're avoiding the mud if you can, especially all the red clay and shit around here. But yeah, I guess the last thing I'll say, which I'll make a video about this sometime because it's fucking crazy, but start playing Yakuza 0, finally. I've had the game for like 8 years. I'll delve into the story sometime on that. But wife likes watching me play it and stuff too. Because I played the first one on PS2 and she watched me do that a lot, like back before we moved out together and shit. It was always funny whenever you run up, but she still references it all the time. Then people that run up to you on the street and you go, what the fuck? You know? So it's funny. But anyways, I'm out of cigarettes. Might have a little bit of a break in the rain. It's hard to tell with the river rushing down there. It almost sounds like rain coming through, but appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a little bit and stuff. And if you watched it all the way through, fuck yeah. Just hanging out, kind of keeping on, you know. And hope you have a good one.